Namaste people, I am Anmol Sarkar. So if you have seen my introduction video, you guys must have known that who I am and what I am trying to do and what this channel is all about. And if you have not seen that video, for Facebook I'll share the link in the comment section and for YouTube in the description below. So please don't forget to like and subscribe my YouTube channel as well as my Facebook page so that I can come up with more such videos for you guys. So without wasting any further time, let's get straight down to today's topic, which is from the Breaking India series. So today we will talk about how this Dravidian academic network outside India was formulated to propagate Dravidian Christianity and promote Breaking India forces in uh, all over the world and especially in India. So basically we will talk about three premier institutions which were responsible for it. For that I have a very small chart for you to show. Okay, so please watch it. One second, I'll show you the chart. Yes, so this is the chart. Okay, so basically three premier institutions were given the responsibility to promote Breaking India forces and secessionism and separatism in India. The first institution is a very premier institution in United States, which is known as Yale. The second institution is Harvard, and the third institution is Berkeley. These three premier educational institutions were given the responsibility. So basically, after World War II, okay, the primary shift of Christianity happened from Europe to US. Okay, when the Nazi Germany was dissipated, so the center shifted from Europe to USA. So these three premier institutions, Yale, Harvard, and Berkeley, were given the separatist means separatist agendas or separatist responsibility for promoting separatism in India. Okay, so we'll go into an overview of how this uh, three institutions propagated this kind of theories and what exactly they did and when. Okay, so first we'll talk about the Yale University. Okay, the Yale University was responsible for linguistic secessionism. Okay, linguistic secessionism, which means it will do all kind of linguistic decoupling, such as separating Tamil language from pan-India basis, manipulating historical evidence, archaeological evidence, all this kind of things was done by Yale, or is still done by Yale, not was done by Yale. So Yale University, a project of Dravidian epistemology dictionary, served as a geopolitical tool to boost Dravidian identity politics. Okay, which had been nascent and smoldering within Tamil Nadu, and to legitimize its tendencies for secession in India, Yale academicians footed what can be termed as linguistic secessionism. Means that means separating Tamils from rest of India, Tamil identity, their culture, appropriating Thirukural with Christianity, all these kind of things, all the intellectual basics or the what we it acts as a think tank to do where and at which time, all these kind of things. Okay, the second is Howard. Western scholars later launched projects to identify numerous linguistic fragments within India. First they will identify all the potential fragments such as Hindu, Muslim, religion, in caste and creed and whatever this kind of things were going on, giving the communities the status of separate ethnicities. Means, for example, Dalits and Brahmins were one. So these guys came and said that Dalits were to be liberated. So they used that liberation theology of Christianity, that one day Jesus will come and liberate you. They use this theory to propagate secessionism in India. Means they give Dalit a very separate identity and gave them pride and honor so that they can separate with the rest of India. More recently, the focus has been shifted from Dravidian to Munda as the original natives, and many Westerners scholars are reclassifying even the Dravidians as outsiders. Okay, so these kind of things were done in the name of promoting secularism. The study of the classical literatures of Indian language provides opportunities for creating divisiveness. Okay, we can see the example of Berkeley Tamil chair. We will talk about the Berkeley Tamil chair as well. Means how chair means how what we say, how a board was formed to propagate this kind of sessionism in India, in Berkeley, which was famously known as the Berkeley Tamil Chair, where scholars have created tension between Tamil literature and rest of the Indian literature. Every tiny local distinction available to them is exaggerated, but elements that are common with the rest of India and that unify all India are claimed to be the result of Brahmin manipulation. Means they will say that whatever connects Tamil and the rest of India, Tamil people, that is the product of Brahmin manipulation, and whatever divides, they will exaggerate to such a point that they will project the entire Indian culture as bad. Okay, so this is how they were trying to propagate sessionism in India. So this was an overview of this, guys. So if you see this chart, the Harvard has started the server project, which was a simulation on Indian polity, cultivation of Indian academic seepage. We shall go into all this kind of details. Okay, which now these things propagated Dravidian secessionism. Okay, this kind of things propagated, see, Dravidian secessionism, which led to the civil war in Sri Lanka and as well as Christianization in Tamil literature. So this was all the overview of today, guys. In next video we shall see go into the depth of all this. Till then, please enjoy this video and have a nice day.